You ever look in the mirror and sometimes don't recognize your own face? Like something just seems off? So many things can impact the shape of your face, like PCOS, your medication, your period. And if you're a PCOS sufferer like me, you know that random moments throughout that time of the month, your face is swollen, your jawline, your eyes. So I'm going to show you how to find your face shape and how to contour and sculpt your face. And y'all know the key to having an amazing base is prepping your skin with good moisturizer and a good primer. This new e.l.f. drops, they're actually really good. This is something that I would like to wear on my own. I did try it later on top of my makeup, and it does not separate your makeup. It's really good. If you got potholes, acne, scars, textures, big ass pores, you need this. Instead of going all over my face with one foundation, I'm going to take a foundation and spot correct the areas that need the most coverage. This is going to help to maintain that skin-like texture. To keep the product full coverage, I'm not blending, I am pressing the product into my skin. The brightest concealer goes in the areas where light is naturally going to hit your face. Pick a contour shade that's only a couple shades darker than you. If you go too much darker, it's going to look muddy. If you go a little bit too light, it's going to look ashy. And also make sure that it's a cool undertone. If it goes too warm, it's going to start looking like a bronzer, and it's not going to give that sculpted effect. It should look like there's an actual shadow there, and that's why we want it to be more cool toned. Again, I am pressing it into my skin, and notice I am filling out where my jawline is, and that's where I'm placing the color. Feel where your cheekbone kind of caves in, and I place that color a little bit above that. And you notice you can see one side of my face appears to be more sculpted than the other side. Because my face is a lot larger than it normally would be, I'm making it wider. The contour color needs to be wider so I can take up a lot more space. I normally wouldn't go this thick, but I'm trying to slim down my face. Make sure you take your brush and blend down from the jawline into the neck area. PCOS ain't got nothing to do with this forehead, baby. She been big. So I'm gonna contour her down from a 5 to a 4. Did you notice how long I let my concealer sit on my face before I decided to blend it out? If I were to go in right away when I first applied it, the applicator is just going to soak up most of the product, and it's going to be a lot more sheer, and I'm going to have to keep on adding more and more and more, and it's just going to get layered and textured. So let it sit on your face for a little bit and then start to blend it out, because the bottom layer is going to heat up from your skin. It's going to make it a lot more emollient, but it's also going to be more opaque. I'm angling the concealer color upwards in slightly like a diagonal shape, because I want to manipulate the color to make it look like I have more of that fox eye shape, and I want to follow the shape of my natural cheekbone to make it appear, you know, more like sculpted, like I haven't eaten in a few days. And just for the record, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with chubby cheeks or larger faces. I'm just doing this video for people that I know, you know, it's kind of sucks that one day you look in the mirror, you look one way, and then another day you look another way. So I'm just showing you how to be consistent with your makeup by trying to find your natural bone structure. Full coverage matte powder foundation. The best in the game is Studio Fix powder from MAC, period. If you want your under eye to look like the UK girlies, to be snatched, to be looking better than RuPaul herself, that's what you need to be placing underneath your eyes to set it and snatch it. Using Laura Mercier setting powder in Ultra Blur, it's going to smooth out the skin. There is some oil control in there, but it has more of a natural satin finish. So the rest of my skin is just going to look luminous and even and just I love it. I don't want to put full coverage all over my face, because then it's going to be too much, okay? It's going to look too heavy. We already have a lot going on. Now, this is the darker version of that same Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm using that to set the contour colors, okay? Stay with me. If I would have used that lighter one, it would have been a little bit too ashy. We don't want to disrupt the colors, babe, okay? That is key. That is why I use so many different powders. It's not that I'm placing them all over my face. No, let's be for real. We are placing them in strategic areas. Now we're going to contour the lips. Why? Because I want to, and also it's going to help the lipstick stay in place and help it to not bleed out, because you know your gloss is wet, it's oily, it's going to move, but once it comes in contact with that setting powder, it's going to get eaten up and it's going to stay where it needs to be stayed. Okay, I love my nose, so I rarely contour it. I might just do a little button nose razzle dazzle so it looks like it was kissed by the sun, but that's it. There's absolutely nothing on this powder puff. It is clean. Okay, it's cleaner than my driving record. Thank you very much. You're using that to pick up any excess excess product, but also to blend everything together so it is nice and cohesive. I love me a peachy pink blush. Pomelo Peach from Haus is my favorite. Do y'all see that dent? Make sure that, again, you are pressing. We done did all this work to blend creams and powders, and if you start blending and swiping and swirling, you're just going to create texture. I'm using the bronzer to warm up my jawline just a little bit, just a smidgy poo. Now, again, we're going back with MAC Studio Fix powder, and in this color's NW48. I use this as a sculpting powder to define the shape of my eyebrows and my eyes a little bit more, because again, my eyes are puffy right now, and so I'm losing a lot more lid space than I normally would. And I'm taking it up and out to the diagonal because we are creating that fox eye shape. When sculpting and contouring, anytime you place a dark color, you're gonna place a lighter color next to it to make the darker color pop and create that dimension. I want my eyes to be even brighter, so I'm going in with a lighter shade of powder. I have places to be, and I need this makeup to last me longer than 12 hours, so I'm setting it with Makeup Revolution. And guess what? We are coming back in 3, 2, 1, 12 hours later, and look how I'm looking. So I'm back home, and I decided to hop on live and touch up my makeup and try on a few new items in front of y'all. I may or may not be having company later, who knows, and I want to just razzle dazzle
how beautiful it is.
We can get you there.